It's Amy Rich with amyrich.net, here to share with you project number 5 in the 12 projects of Christmas 2022. And today, November 1st, 2022, is the day that the Fitting Florets Collection is available to everyone. And it's a very exciting day because these products are gorgeous. Some of them are going to be carried over into the new January to June 2023 mini catalog, but others of them are only available while supplies last. So let me share those with you. First, we've got the Flamed Florets stamp set and the Framed Florets dies that coordinate. And I am excited about the fact that Stampin' Up! Is now calling the stamp set and the dies that coordinate the same thing, so that I can maybe have a better chance to get it right when I'm trying to come up with the name. So these dies are great because it brings back ovals, which we haven't seen in a while. And then also it's got, of course, dies that cut out images from the stamp set. And this is the one I have actually used the most already. This one down here in the corner. Love that one. It's so pretty. And then, of course, the sentiments and the fonts in those sentiments are just really cool. So there are two other products that I wanted to share. And that is the Designer Series paper. And I believe that is also called Fitting Florets. So as you can see, some of it can have a Christmassy feel to it. Hint, hint, for today. And then the florals are gorgeous. It features polished pink and balmy blue. And of course, my favorites, Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent, and other colors too, but they're just gorgeous papers. Those you can totally fussy cut and use those as images on your project. This one is really pretty too, with the pretty blues and pinks. I think doing a card with those two together is very soon in my future. But these are available only while supplies last, so please keep that in mind, along with the gold adhesive backed swirls. Those are really pretty, and those are available only while supplies last, as is the framed and festive stamp set, which is geared more towards the holidays. And so when these 3 items are gone, they're gone, and you won't be able to get them anymore. So just keep that in mind. You can get them starting today, November 1st. So if you're watching later and they're gone, my sincere apologies, because they're gorgeous. This past weekend, I was out visiting some of my team members in Arizona, and we did a shoebox swap, which is a make and take of sorts. And so I had all of these supplies cut and ready to go, and I thought it's the perfect thing for the 12 projects of Christmas. So I'm using that today. So you will notice that I have almost everything ready to go already. And I figured that's okay, because sometimes we just want to see me put stuff together a little more quickly. So you can see we've got a piece of thick basic white that measures 4 1/4 by 11. And then another one that measures 4 by 5 1/4. And then that is embossed with the Pretty Flowers embossing folder on page 177 of the annual catalog. I am going to start by I took a 3 by 3 square of the Designer Series paper, and then I cut it in half diagonally from the upper right to the bottom left. And I'm going to adhere those now onto my quarter sheet, or almost quarter sheet, of embossed white. I'm going to use my silicone crafting sheet when I put adhesive on here, because when it's triangle, then you can go off the edge and get adhesive right down to those points, which is really nice. Now, there is a right way and a wrong way to this paper, so just make sure you get it on the correct way. So we're going to put this triangle up in this corner here, and I want to make sure it's straight, so bear with me for a second. I want to thank my friend and fellow demonstrator Tracy Filter for this layout. Super cute layout. And then I will put the other corner, other triangle in the other corner, leaving about the same border. so that I've got a uniform look to it. Okay, once we have that in place, then we can add our ribbon. So I'm going to wrap this ribbon. This is our Evening Evergreen open weave ribbon. And I'm just going to wrap that around and tie. You'll be happy. Just a knot over here. Some of you are bow challenged, and I get that. So we're just doing a knot here today. And I'll shift it around almost over to the edge of the triangle of DSP. Then I'll go ahead and trim those down. And I've been leaving things pretty long, my ribbons and twines, but I've decided to trim those down pretty short. Then I will add my soft succulent oval, and this is cut out of the dies, and I'll bring that in so you can see what cool dies they are. So I used this die to cut out this outer image for a swap that I did recently, and what was left is this oval inside. So I thought, perfect, I can do double duty then with this die. I used the outside for one project and the inside for another. Then with the white oval, I actually took this die and it cut out that outer ring and then left this cut out in the inside. So again, double duty on those. I'm going to grab my Evening Evergreen ink pad and the Framed and Festive. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I love that sentiment. That is so cute. Very sweet. So I'll stamp that then on my oval, just down from center a little bit. And I don't know about you, but I find ovals a little bit harder to get to stamp correctly, but I think that worked out okay. So what I wanted to do was go as low as I could with the Christmas so that it still fit on my oval. Then we'll adhere that down as well, right over the soft succulent oval. Then I grabbed the framed florets and I stamped this image here in Tuxedo Black Memento ink on white cardstock. And then I used this die to cut that out. And here's that image. Now we're going to color that with Stampin' Blends. Let me bring in the scratch paper. I used that on project number 4. And I've got several colors of Stampin' Blends, so I'm just going to bring those all in right now. And I'm going to start with my Cherry Cobbler, and that's what I'm going to color the flowers. So I'm actually going to use the larger tip. And actually, when it gets frayed like that, I just take my snips and trim it down. Seems to work pretty well and extends its life a little bit. And actually, I have a piece there that needs trimming off yet. All right, so I'm just going to color this whole thing, and I use the broad tip, and some of you are probably at home going, oh, sorry. I am whatever makes it go fast type of a colorer. So I'm just going to color in these petals quickly, relatively so. That is the light Cherry Cobbler ink Stampin' Blends. And then I'm going to go back in with the dark and do some highlighting. And I found for these flowers, that worked out really well for me. I liked the look of how that ended up. So that's what I ended up doing. And we'll do both flowers that same way. Mostly I'm just, as you'll notice, I'm highlighting where those lines are in the flower. Those are natural shading areas. Then I'm going to finish the flower part by adding some dark, actually that was the light, some dark Daffodil Delight. And then we'll blend a little bit with the light. Next up, soft succulent. So for the leaves, I'm going to take the light. Is it light? Nope. I am just missing here. I'm going to take the light soft succulent and just color the leaves. And I am using the finer tip this time, so I don't give you all a heart attack with this smaller image. So I've got the leaves colored in the light soft succulent, and then I'll go back with the dark and just add some shading. I would like to take some alcohol marker classes, I think, but for now I'm happy with just going fast. And then the dark evening evergreen, I'm just going to touch the insides of each of these skinny leaves here. And then go back and add the light. And I don't know, it's hard, kind of hard to tell. Oops, I went out of the line a little bit there. Don't tell. It's kind of hard to tell if it shades it or not, but I think it makes me feel good when I use both the light and the dark on the same image. So there you go. Super pretty, right? So now we'll take a few Stampin' Dimensionals and pop that up off of our card front. Very pretty. Then we'll add that to our card base. And I love the look of the white tone on tone. I just think it's so elegant and so pretty. I've done that with vanilla recently too, and it just has a beautiful look. So that's super pretty. And then we're going to finish this off with a few of the green, and I think these are mint macaron in the festive pearls, but I think they look nice on this project too. So I will take 3 and fill in some white space down here at the bottom. And there we go, project number 5. I hope you've enjoyed that. I look forward to sharing more great Christmas projects with you. And please check out my blog, which is posted in the description of this video. And you can find all of the details for this card and of course a lot of other blog posts there as well. Thank you for joining me.